In the quiet folds of the quantum realm, a mystery unfolds, ancient, elegant, and strangely intimate. One that suggests that the mere act of looking changes what we see. Are you merely watching life unfold, or are you shaping it with every glance? Reality, it seems, is not as solid as we once believed, not as external, not as objective. In fact, the deeper we look, the more it looks back at us. At the heart of this enigma lies a simple experiment, the double-slit experiment. A beam of particles, usually electrons or photons, is fired at a barrier with two slits. On the other side, a screen records where the particles land. It sounds like a physics class demonstration, but it shook the very foundation of what we know. When unobserved, the particles behave like waves, rippling through both slits, interfering with themselves, creating patterns of light and shadow on the screen. But introduce a detector, an observer, a watcher of some kind, and the interference pattern disappears. The particles behave like particles again, choosing one path or the other. Somehow, the act of observing collapses the wave function into a fixed outcome. Observation ends the possibilities and selects one, as if consciousness crystallizes the formless into form. This is not science fiction. This is physics, peer-reviewed, repeated, confirmed. And yet, what does this mean for you? You are a consciousness, aware of a world around you. But what if that world is responsive to your awareness? What if your attention, your presence, your perception are not passive? The observer effect whispers to us from the subatomic world. It doesn't shout. It doesn't claim. It simply suggests things change when you look. It raises a profound question. Are you separate from what you see or entangled with it? Most of us move through life believing we are participants in a universe that is already built, a fixed reality governed by laws that care little for our thoughts or our presence. We think we walk on a stage that is indifferent to us. But what if the stage is not fully constructed until we step onto it? There is a stillness in you, the part that watches without judgment, the awareness behind the thoughts, the witness of the body, the mind, the emotions. That stillness is not distant from reality. It is woven into it. The double-slit experiment reveals something disturbing and beautiful. Particles do not commit to a position until we measure them, until we ask, until we seek. Is that not a metaphor for your life? The future is a wave, a field of infinite probabilities. But your choices, your focus, your belief collapse the wave into a concrete now. And so, the question arises, what are you observing? And from where? If you observe from fear, reality collapses around fear. If you observe from expansion, life stretches into new forms. It is not about wishful thinking. It is about quantum alignment. When you are lost in reaction, in identification, in habit, you are the participant, swept up in the river of life. But when you become still, aware, conscious, you step out of the stream. You become the observer. And suddenly, the current bends to your presence. But are these two roles truly separate? Or are they expressions of the same whole? A quantum particle is not just one thing. It is a wave of possibility, a particle of actuality, a mystery in between. Just like you. You are the one who does and the one who sees. You are the actor and the witness, the breath and the one who feels it. The ancients spoke of this. Long before quantum mechanics, sages said, "The world is Maya, illusion, dream, projection. That nothing is truly solid, that all arises in consciousness, that the seer and the seen are not two." Science now stumbles upon similar terrain, not in temples, but in laboratories. When we say observation collapses the wave function, we do not mean seeing with the eyes. We mean awareness, a kind of knowing, a conscious interaction. Can a machine observe? Only if it is connected to a conscious mind. Can a camera record? Yes. But if no one ever looks at the tape, does the measurement ever collapse? Where does the measurement end? At the device? At the mind? Or at awareness itself? There is no agreement yet. But one thing is certain. Without the observer, the universe behaves differently. So again, who are you? Are you that which observes, or that which is observed? Look closer. When you see a flower, what is seeing? The eyes, the brain, or the awareness behind them? And is the flower separate from that awareness, or is it arising within it? The space of observation is not neutral. It is participatory. You influence what you observe with your expectations, your beliefs, your emotions. They are filters, lenses, frequencies. Your attention is creative. If you fixate on scarcity, you find it. If you turn to love, the world seems to respond. Coincidence or coherence? The quantum field does not respond to force. It responds to focus, to coherence, to intention. The mind that is still and present can shape reality more precisely than the one that is chaotic and grasping. So, the observer is not passive. The observer is not a camera. The observer is a creator. But creation does not mean control. It means presence, openness, surrender, and focus simultaneously. When you observe your life with awareness, without judgment, you begin to see its deeper patterns. You begin to co-create instead of react. You begin to realize that every moment offers a choice, collapse into fear or expand into being. Observation is a sacred act. To witness without clinging, to see clearly, deeply, to illuminate. The quantum world reveals this secret in plain sight. Reality is responsive. When no one looks, the universe is a field of whispers, waves, potentials. When you look, it answers. This changes everything. You are not a cog in a machine. You are not an accident of dust and gravity. You are the field looking at itself. The cosmos becoming aware. So now, are you observing your life? Or are you sleepwalking through it? To observe is to awaken. To awaken is to influence. And to influence is to realize you were never separate at all. You are not in the universe. The universe is in you. And so, the question lingers. Not to be answered, but to be lived. Not with the mind, but with presence. You are not here to solve the universe. You are here to remember that you are part of it. Not a visitor, not a stranger, but a living thread in its infinite fabric. Watch gently. Choose softly. Be the stillness behind the motion, and you may find the cosmos has always known your name. This is Quantum Whisper, where the universe listens. When you become silent enough to hear,